Hello, hi. I missed y'all yesterday. Don't forget, I was in meetings and y'all worry about me, and I cannot believe I have so many friends that truly care about my well-being and how I am. But some of you might have missed. I just one day a week for now. I have to have a day for meetings because we have Rose and Ben Beauty, and then of course I still do this. So brands want to have chats with me, so I have to take one day a week to just focus on that. So that's where I was yesterday. But look. That's my fingers going to find makeup. I had to go pick up a mascara today, which just my normal e.l.f. mascara, but then I somehow wound up in a MAC store. I had to have this color. Does this color not make your makeup heart just sing? So this is MAC Shadow. I'm gonna talk about what this is in a second. You're gonna need to get that too. We don't need anything, but I know most of us do our brows every single day, but we're not there yet. I just wanted to make sure you know that I don't think that we need anything. But this shade is MAC. This is a Powder Kiss eyeshadow. So it's a really soft pigmented formula, and it's called Such a Tulle, Tulle. And it's just, we have to do a look with it. But I'm gonna keep it very warm, kind of natural in the crease, and then just stamp the heck out of this on my lid. And then let's talk about what this is and what I have on my brows. So I filmed this, and I used this last night too, because remember, I did eventually film later last night. We just didn't do the story. Blown away. Absolutely blown away. It is so fine. Everything about it. I have on the gel. I love both ends of it. I got this on Amazon. It was $15, I believe. I'm gonna find that out. I'm not seeing any leaking, and I can usually tell if something's going to leak because of how it comes out of the component, even the way that it flows out. So the flow of this is extremely even, and that means even, fine, thin strokes. I'm talking Valentino thin. Maybelline said, hang on, we can do this. This is high-end good. I'm blown away. So I'm gonna post that video, and before it goes viral, whatever, I don't know, add this to your, it truly has blown me away, and I'm so excited for you to experience because it's so affordable, and it's just everything that we would want from a brow pen. And I just get so excited when we find things that are that reasonably priced and perform the way $40 things perform. So get yourself one of these if you're into brow pens. Remember, if we still have a brow pen, it's not leaking and it's working, we don't need to buy another brow pen. But if we're running low on the other one, or we want to try a brow pen and we've never tried one, this one's amazing. And really quickly, since we didn't do yesterday's tutorial, I did purchase a few things. I didn't need these things, no. But I just want to try things. Things are fun. So I got another, I've had this before. This is the Soft Matte Complete NARS foundation. I got the shade Yukon, and I've used this before, and I used to really love it. It's gonna be a hair too light, but the undertone is correct. And if you've ever wondered, it's gonna be easier, which I want y'all to be able to find the perfect shade, but say that it's summertime. Okay, just say you bought your perfect shade, now it's summertime, and it's just a hair too light like this. If we just do some cream bronzer before we put this on, it's going to be delicious. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this, but I love this formula. It's very soft and matte. It reminds me of the Cover FX, but just more matte. And then I got two other things because they were really fascinating to me. How pretty are these? Do you see this? Look at this. What is even going on here? I don't even think you're supposed to shake it. I don't want to shake it. I want to use this one today. I'm going to swatch these for you. Let's check it out. I swatched them in the store, and they have a little bit more color than we would think. And I just loved how frosted that was. So you can still see that the pink is there. It is very sheer, but I'm very interested in it. I just think that's really beautiful, very current. And then let me wipe that off with Sheila. And then I bought this more coral shade, which this is the one I really wanted, but you gotta get the pink with the coral if you're gonna test something out. They had to be friends, but this one is what's speaking to me. Is that not beautiful? And then you got this luster. Ooh, and they dry down too, so we'll see. And one more little announcement. We are currently running a cutie patootie little promotion on our puffs. So in each pack, there's 2 puffs. So if you see me holding up one, you're gonna get 2. But right now, in this limited time, okay, because we're still a small business. So we're doing it $14 for Valentine's Day. 14. Get it? Don't miss out. I'm so excited for it. And you're thinking, oh, it's just a puff. Once you get it in your hand, once you put your powder on here, just see the way that it picks up the powder, to watch it set, to not have creasing, it's gonna change your mind. All right, let's put on some makeup. Let's get started on this eye look. I'm excited. So we're gonna take our clear base, and that is gonna go from our socket to our brow bone. We still need a C31 because what that's gonna do is really make sure it's nice and evened out. Take your time, press it. And if you're not sure about where it is, and I know this seems tedious, but once you get it into your routine, you just start here and then just work in sections up and down so you don't miss a spot. So it's nice and smooth. You hear the doves? I have my window cracked. Our doves are back. They're home for the spring. So 20-year-old Rose, I don't really remember her, but I do remember that she would have worn Texture Eyeshadow by MAC. Many of us would have. So I'm wanting my undertone and skin tone to peek through, kind of be a defined wash of color. So I'm using the side of my brush, and I focused most of it in my socket first, and then I'm just gonna tap to transition that towards the brow bone. This is so nice. My doves went away and a leaf blower showed up. Not as relaxing. Maybe my doves will come back. The leaf blower. We're just taking it back. We're gonna use brown script. Grab it on the center of the brush. That way we have a little bit more control and can just push it right into our socket. I don't remember there being that many leaves in this neighborhood. I say that, but I actually have a tree in my backyard. It's called a pin oak. And that tree, some of you probably have one, then you know that that tree does nothing but wake up and want to shed. It sheds more than a Persian cat. I'm telling you, that tree, sabotage. And just so you know, I am going to continue to really build it up in the crease. And you might sometimes, I mean, probably not y'all. I feel like y'all are my absolute friends and we're always chatting and having the best conversations, and y'all kind of get the process. But if not, if you've ever wondered and you thought, wow, that shadow is not pigmented, Rose, that's not pigmented. I am very delicate with how much I'm picking up. And the reason why is because it's always, always, always better to build than it is to go in and experience the full pigment of an eyeshadow. Even where I'm at in my makeup journey, I know that I can salvage and save just about anything, but I still sometimes don't want to. So I really take my time. I focus on building instead of just going in and just going to town with that pigment. Now we're gonna take a little bit of this eyeshadow base. This one's from City Color. I just have it on the back of my hand. Woo, that's white. So why are we doing the white base? I'm gonna start quizzing y'all. So why are we doing the white base class? Because we want this blue to show up the exact texture and the exact shade that it is. Oh, it kills me. That it is in the pan. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to carve or if I want it to kind of just melt. I'm in a melting mood recently. I haven't been into the sharp edges. I've been more into a melty good time. So I'm just going to continue to tap this, and it might look defined to you, and that's okay. It can be a little defined because we're going to have to melt it with a different brush, because this type of brush, the C30, is just going to mostly give precision. So we'll have to melt, but let's just go ahead and tap it all the way. Okay, do you see the difference? That's the C31. I've tilted it around to the pointy slanted side and I'm just softening. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we just didn't want a harsh line. It's gonna help the blue, why am I in the bushes? It's gonna help the blue kind of transition softer, more softly, I should say, into our transition. And we're still gonna add a little bit darker color to kind of, let me show you. Front camera is not doing this color justice. It is so beautiful. You'll see at the end. It honestly just puts a smile on my face instantly. Like I have butterflies looking at it. Now, I'm just gonna take my C31. I added just a little bit more, make sure it's really nice and even. Everybody's snoring, resting. It's very peaceful in my room right now. It's really, really nice. The leaf blower finally gave up. Okay. So we really want to load up the brush for this. Really get a lot on the brush. And the reason why is because we got to get that base really saturated. That way we get the texture and the color. Because a lot of times what we're liking in makeup is even the texture of it and the way that it looks in the pan. And it's about our mixing mediums and how we get that to translate on the face. I'm gonna take a little bit of a cool contour. Grab that on the same brush, but just grab it on the tip of the brush. And I'm just gonna push that where the lavender, it's more lavender on me now than it is blue. But where this bright lid shade meets the warmth. That way it kind of, because it's so cool, it just flows into the warmth and adds just a little bit of depth in the socket. Listen, I missed the Pat McGrath Live. One of you just sent me this. What in the world what is happening? I will keep you updated on that. I'm so excited. Man, I wish I would have seen the live. I forgot about it. I hope they save it somewhere. In the meantime, I'm just gonna sit here like this. Not really, let's finish the tutorial. Butterflies. It's like, ugh. Now, let's get the... Honestly, I'm waiting for pots and pans at this point. I had to shut my window, and the lawn crew's not even at my house. We're just lawn crewing around. All right, so we're gonna take the clear base, the milk one. We love this one. We as in me. E26. And what I'm gonna do is I want a smudgy definition. I don't think I want to do a wing. I'll let my lashes be a little bit of lift at the end. So I want to just get in here all the way across. Get the lash out of my eye that I just pushed in there. I brought this on myself. So get that across our lash line. Nice. Now I'm just taking a dark brown eyeshadow, any eyeshadow, just grab yourself a dark brown one, or black, whatever you want to use. And I'm just going to bring this along the lash line. I'm going to keep just building it up. Nice. And I think that later I want to kind of lightly connect it here, but do a more rounded wing. I don't want to do an elongated wing. I want to do something a little bit more rounded, but I can't do that until we finish the face. So I did Moonlight lashes today. I feel like they're going to be perfect, especially because I'm going to do a little bit more shaping work underneath here later and more out this way. So they go up pretty far this way, so you'll be able to see it. I don't know what that is. Remember how I talked about the foundation being just a little bit too light? We're gonna grab this stick here from Kiko Milano. Ugh, so creamy. 10 out of 10. I'm gonna put on a little bit more than what we normally would, okay? Don't be like, what in the world? I need to figure out what shade this is. This is shade 200. Now, let's grab a C40. Start to blend it out. Just go downward. I'm gonna leave that right there. I don't want to waste it. Nice. Blendy, blendy, blendy. All right, look at the difference. Whee! Now it's flowing. I mean, y'all have seen me do this. The bronzer is just gonna add the warmth underneath. The only time that this might not work is a super full coverage foundation. But if you have a medium to full or less, obviously, it's going to work nicely. I've been doing this for 1,000 years. Everybody has, but this is just in case you have a foundation too light. I love makeup. Now we're going to take our very small amount of the foundation on our very fluffy brush. And we're going to take that across here, melt around here. Look at the difference that that makes. It just kind of ties it into everything. Nice. I'm going to do my Kosas concealer, 2.6C. And it's going to look warmer. And the reason why, color theory, this purple is going to really pull it more yellow. The reason why, color theory, purple, yellow, they're right across. I want to show you. All right, so look at this. So you got your yellow directly across from your purple. Now when they're separate like this, they're going to really stand out from each other. See that? Really make a difference. Say we had some purple underneath our eyes though, we could use a more yellow corrector to combat that. So on top of one another, they're going to do what they need to do. They're going to correct, they're going to cancel. But side by side, they're going to amplify one another. Now look at the difference. So what I did was I added a wispy whisper of red blush to kind of take down the yellow, not the pink under eye trend. It's just going to correct it. And we're using our cream concealer brush while Jean absolutely saw some logs down there. Look at that difference. So fun, right? I'm not going to worry as much around here. I'm not going to add any red blush to the center of my face. It's mostly just where that purple is. So it's really important to know that certain colors and why we stay away from certain colors really just has to do with color theory, and it just pulls things a certain way. It doesn't have to, but that's how to fix it. And this is the blush that I use to fix it. This is my, Jane, quit your snorting. This is my absolute go-to, the formula, the way that it pairs. It doesn't change the formula of whatever you're putting on. It's just a very intense pigment. It just plays so nicely with other formulas and the way that it fixes. So if you have a cool undertone, I highly recommend this. Not only as a blush, and this blush would be beautiful on so many different skin tones, but just as a, what I like to call a just in case product. So 10 out of 10, I'm gonna get you a link, add this to your collection. I already mentioned it, but the puff is puffin'. 2 for 14, a deal. Oh. Set so nicely. And we gotta get that pointy side because you gotta get in there. And then you gotta go all in here. And then you gotta set it evenly all at once. And then you have the smoothest under eye in the tri-state area. And I know that I say that, and a lot of you think that I might be from the tri-state area, but I'm actually saying that from Phineas and Ferb. Back with the clear base and the E26. Let's go ahead, throw that underneath here. And then remember how I said I wanted to connect it? I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of swoop it up, but in more of a circle. Think, I can't really think of the shape I'm wanting. You're not gonna be able to see it obviously until I get on the eyeshadow. But just think kind of still a little bit of a lift, but mostly rounded. I'm going to show you. Does that mean that Pat McGrath has been in the same room as our brushes? You know, I'm just gonna let you know it's a little hard for me to finish this tutorial because of the emotions. I'm gonna finish it, but just know that inside, we've all just been reading about Pat since we were all young. I mean, that's what I used to do. I remember she would give little snippets in magazines and I would reread them over and over again. And now she's just standing in a room with our brushes. So we have our dark brown eyeshadow on our E26 and we're just gonna bring it this way. Nice. And then I'm gonna soften it in a second. I'm gonna grab just a little bit more. And then I'm going to kind of just do some circles. And we just want a really short, chunky wing. You really won't even be able to see it, but it is gonna add just a little depth behind the lashes. There you go, now you can see kind of what we were going for. It's just going to, it's not gonna lift the eye per se, and I feel like we've, over the past few years, we've been taught lift, 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 lift. It's all preference. It's just a fun style. This is just going to bring the eye more this way. Isn't that fun? A little bit of a different shape. I'm using the shade Behave today from NARS. I love this formula. I'm still using it constantly. It just acts like another layer of blur. I'm all about the blur. In fact, I'm starting a blur series, so get ready for that. Can't believe it's already February. It snuck up on me. I'm gonna apply a little bit here. And the reason we do that, the sun would naturally hit there in very small amounts, unless you want a blushy nose. Love that too. But if you're one that's ever wondered why are we doing it, it's because that's what would happen. And it makes our bronzer look a little bit more natural because the sun wants to hit these higher points. So I want to transition just a little bit more with my Kiko Milano bronzer, my favorite powder bronzer at the moment. It's so pigmented, I'm trying not to get wild with it because I will get wild with it and then I'm just extra bronzed. But I just absolutely love this bronzer so much. I love it. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Do recommend. I'm gonna link it. It is wildly pigmented though, so just see it and build. I just found this a really bomb cool tone lip liner. Kiko Milano, they sent over like basically all their lip liners. And this shade is shade 36. I'm trying to see where these are made. These are made in Italy. And I believe there was a really expensive lip liner I was using the other day. What was I using? Oh, Fiddly Sticks. These $19.99 lip liners, these are really expensive and they're made in Italy too. So Kiko just does it again, and look at how nice and cool tone this is too. And it can be really, really dark. I'm using a very light touch with this. This for a nice little lip contour. Those are $4.50. That has to be a typo. They're made in Italy. They're so creamy. Good gracious. Okay, so I did another one of the Kiko Milano double touches. This one's super grayy beigey, and I just thought it'd be so fun with this. And then we're gonna put the shine on top. I have fallen in love with these. A lot of you guessed the dupe. Look at that. It's not the NYX ones. In fact, I never hyped the NYX ones. I didn't love the way that they felt. This feels like I'm literally just putting on nothing. And then the gloss feels more like a serum than a gloss. And then of course, once it's dry, we can rub our lips together. These are so slept on. Y'all are gonna love these. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all because I'm filming another video, so I might have missed this, but I put this Kiko Milano kind of creamy shade on my waterline. But to make it less aggressive, and I need to post that video, I skipped the iris because that's usually that kind of contrast is what makes a brighter shade look more intense. It's especially if you have dark eyes like I do. So I always just skip the iris unless I'm going for an absolute doll look, but I just wanted to brighten up here and here just a little bit. And that's what I used. All right, I think we are all done. I ran out of things to do. There's a couple more things I want to film too, so. Wait till you see this color of back camera. I think this might be my new favorite Grazel Basil. I made that up. Don't say that. but kind of grayish pink lip. I love it. I feel like this is gonna pair with so many of my looks. This looks so good. Okay, I'm gonna go film some more stuff. I'm gonna post tonight if I can get done with all my filming in time. And I love you all so much. I love you with all of my heart. And I'll see you in the comments tonight.